Welcome. Today we're going to be doing a series of exercises. I have a elastic band with me here, and then I also have a chair. So these exercises will be chair based. You can do them standing, feel free, but I will be doing them in a chair today. If you do not have a band, you can also use hand weights for most of these exercises as well. So if that's the equipment that you have available, or just finding a heavy object around your house or wherever you're at right now. So to get started, we're just going to warm up a little bit. We're just going to gently march, making sure that we're staying nice and tall through our spine. We want to make sure that we're moving our elbows and moving our shoulders, help warm up that upper body as well as we march. And then we're going to add in a little bit more reach. So as that right knee comes up, left arm reaches and switch. A little more extension. This is also warming up our core because we've got a balance here. If this is a little too much right now, you can lean back in that chair as we get warmed up, working towards being nice and long through your spine, and hopefully into a more vertical position with shoulders over hips. Last one, bring those arms down. We're going to open up our left leg and bring it in. Step it out and in. Try to stay nice and tall. Try to keep your shoulders forward as you step your leg out. And let's switch to the other side. So stepping that right leg out. Again, keep that height and length in your spine. Keep breathing. The more you stay upright, the more this is going to challenge your core as we move. Last one. And let's go into our kick. So the left leg kicks out and then switch to the right. If you need to, you can grab the chair for a little bit more support for your balance. Last one, bring it in, and then we bring your arms up, overhead, and then down out to the side. Bring them up and down. Now if you want to make this a little bit more dynamic, you can add in the legs. So you can step out one leg to the side, alternating. Or if you want more of a challenge, you can do both legs out at the same time. If this does not feel comfortable with your shoulders, you can grab the chair and just do the lower body. Last one. Bring it in. Go ahead and lean on that left leg, bring that right arm up and over. Feel a nice stretch through the side body. Maybe that right hand comes to left shoulder if that feels a little bit better for you. And switch. Left arm reaches overhead or comes to right shoulder. Feeling that stretch through that left side body. Let's repeat that. Reach nice and long. And switch. Breathing through this. Bring it back to center. You can bring those feet in. We're just going to do some gentle twisting side to side. So look over that left shoulder first. Back to center and right. As you twist each direction, see if you can go a little bit deeper. Next one to your left, go ahead and hold. Try to grow taller as you twist. Bring it back to center, other side. Growing taller as you twist. Bring it back to center. Let's go ahead and reach down for the floor. And then bring it back up. Open up the chest, pulling the back of the hands to the wall behind you. Bring it down. And back up. All right, go ahead and bring your hands to your legs. We're going to go into some side leans. So if you had some hand weights, you could hold them at your chest, or a weighted object, you could hold them at your chest as we do this to add a little bit more resistance. So we're going to lean to our left first. So we're going to bring left shoulder towards left hip, feeling the length through the right side body Try not to let the hip lift on that right side. Bring it back up, and then lean over to the right, feeling the length through the left side body. And bring it back up. When I hold weight, I like to have my hands against my chest. Bring it back up and switch. Good, going side to side. Trying to keep our spine long even though we are leaning over to the side. Let's do 2 more each way. Maybe try to go just a little bit deeper on these last 2. Last 1. Bring it back up to center. All right. Next one we're going to do, we're going to be working on a little bit of our squats, but we're not going to necessarily be lifting from the chair at this beginning one. So we want to hinge forward. So I'll turn to the side. You hinge forward. Top of the pelvis rotates forward. We're going to press through our feet to try to lift our hips just a little bit off the chair. So we hinge forward, try to lift just a little, come back down. Hinge, lift, and down. You might not get any lift because we're just doing that small range of motion. Perfectly fine. We're just making sure that we're activating the right muscle groups. So we're hinging and pressing through those heels and bring it back. So that nose over toes, you might have heard that phrase before. So I hinge forward, nose over toes, in order to press up through those heels. Go ahead and bring it back to center. And we're going to go into a seated dead bug. So I'm going to use my left leg first and my right arm. The other hand can grab the chair to help with balance, or you can choose just to do one arm at a time and then come back to your legs later. So we're going to lift the left leg, doesn't need to be high. Reach up that right arm. Bring it back to center and switch to the other side. So right leg, left arm. Back to center and switch. If you'd like a little bit more challenge, see if you can do it without holding on. And switch. Good. Alternating sides, moving with control. Be very mindful of how the body shifts side to side. Try to keep the spine nice and long while we do this. Once more each way. And release it down. We're going to go back to those side leans. So for this one, you can stay with what we were doing before, where we're having the hands to our chest or with the weight to our chest and just going side to side. Or if you'd like a little bit more challenge, see if you can extend your left leg as you lean to the left. Bring it back to center, put the left leg down, lift right, lean to the right, back to center. Be very mindful to not twist. We're just leaning to the side, coming up. Extend the leg, lean to the side, come back up. This is really working your core muscles. You got to balance here and also control that shift. If you feel like you need to grab the chair as you lean side to side, feel free. Try to decrease how much you use the chair as you move forward. Breathing. Last one. And bring it back to center. All right, going back into those squats or power-ups. We're going to, again, shift our weight forward, press into those heels. And if you want to challenge yourself this time, see if you can keep those toes lifted. So I'll turn to the side so you see what I mean. You're going to shift your weight forward, see if you can lift those toes, press through those heels, come up just a little bit, and bring it back down. Shift the weight, press through those heels, and down. All right? So getting that weight shift, press, and down. Now, if you feel like you've gotten this, make sure that the knees are not caving in or really bowing out. You want to have them in line with our hips and our ankles. Arms can come forward to help counterbalance that lift. 2 more. down. Go ahead and shake out those legs. All right. I'm going to go back to that seated dead bug. Maybe this time you add a little bit more challenge. Maybe we straighten out those legs a little bit more. Start with our arms extended. We're going to do a left leg, right arm, lift, and release, and switch. Good. Nice and tall. If you need to lean back a little bit, you can, but make sure it's with a flat back so we're not rounding and caving. Nice long spine. It's going to be a little more challenging the more upright you are. Move at your pace, but move with control. So we don't want to be rocking side to side. Last one. And release. All right, if you have a band, go ahead and grab your band. You can also do this with hand weights. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to do bicep curls. So I'm going to step on my band. If I want this to be harder with the band, I will work my hands closer to my anchor point, or my feet. If I want it looser, I'll work my hands closer to the end of the bands. So find your sweet spot. Remember with the bands, when you add length to it, there's more tension. So we're going to go through a set of bicep curls. So first, we're nice and tall. Shoulders are open. Try not to close the shoulders in. We're nice and open. We're going to bring our thumbs up towards our shoulders. Stay nice and tall, long through the spine. Pressing down through your feet. You should feel your glutes into the chair. Long spine. Release any tension in your neck. Making sure you're breathing and not holding your breath. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And release. We're going to go into triceps extension. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what this looks like. So we're going to hinge forward. We're going to do both arms at the same time. If you have a band, you'll probably want to walk your hands so you're a little loose on the band. You're going to pull the elbows back by your side. So this is weights or band. And then we're going to press our pinky towards the wall behind us. And then we bend at the elbow. So my upper arm stays still. My shoulder is staying still. My elbow bends and my hand moves. So we want to keep the elbow nice and high. You can see my hand isn't coming very far forward when I bend my elbow. Tendency here is to kind of come up to here. This now is a bicep curl, and then we press down. We're not really getting into our tricep too much. So we want that elbow up. We're pressing that pinky towards the ceiling, and then bending the elbow to bring the hand towards the hip. Try to keep a flat back when we do this as well. If you're rounding, it's not going to feel great on your shoulders or on your back. So we're going to get into position. We hinge forward from the hips. We pull the elbows back. I have a long spine, long neck. I'm going to press my pinkies towards the wall behind me. Bend my elbows. Press and bend. Press and bend. Good. Keep the elbows close to the body. Try not to do chicken wings. Breathing. Long neck. Shoulders are away from our ears and away from our jaw. Last one. And release. All right. We're going to go into overhead press next. Now, if this is something that you shouldn't be doing, feel free to skip ahead or shorten your range of motion or don't have any weight. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing my left hand first. I start with minimal tension on my band with my hand at my shoulder. Now it's very important that we keep the collarbone open. So the collarbone's right here. Sometimes people like to close the shoulder in. This will limit your range of motion. You want to open the chest here. Pull that shoulder back. By doing that, you'll help to increase that range of motion. Use your back on this. It's supposed to help stabilize that shoulder blade. So we're just going to press up come down. Remember, if you have a band, it's harder the longer the band is stretched. So up here is harder than when I'm closer to my head. Pressing up and lower down. Good. Try not to lean to the side. Use your core to stabilize. Last one. And switch to the other side. All right, try to keep those shoulders level. Sometimes we like to lean over to a side with this. Keep them level. Keep weight evenly distributed through our legs. We're going to press up, lower down. Again, keep that shoulder pulled back as you do this move. Go with your range. So maybe it's a little shorter range here. That's perfectly fine. You might notice there's differences between your sides. Last one. And release. All right. Go ahead and if you have a band, place it underneath your right foot and grab both ends, but bring the straps in between your knees. So we're going to do a little bit of a twist here with some resistance. If you have hand weights, just hold the hand weights to your chest. We're going to twist to our left. So band is underneath my right foot, holding it in both hands, and I'm twisting to the left. So grow tall first, and then we look over that left shoulder. Come back to center. We're going to keep going the same direction. To the left and center. Good. Stay tall. Shoulders are down away from the ear, so even though we're holding something up towards our chest, we want to make sure we're not hunching the shoulders up. If they are, lower your hands down. All right, let's switch band to our left foot. Bring our hands in. We're going to twist to the right, but grow tall first, then twist. Good. We're using our obliques here to help us twist. Keep the hands close to the chest. That way you know that you're moving that resistance with you. If my hands stay here, my shoulders just turn, I'm not really adding any resistance. Stay tall. Alrighty, go ahead and release that band. We're going to come back to those bicep curls. So again, if you have hand weights, go ahead and split the hand weights, so one in each hand, nice and tall, and let's bring it up. We're going to move a little quicker. Make sure you're breathing, collarbones are open. 2 more. Last one. All right, we're going to hinge right into those tricep extensions. So elbows back by our side, long neck. We're going to press our pinkies back behind us and then bend the elbows. Press back and bend. Long spine, pulling that belly in to protect that back. Let's do one more. And release. Band underneath the left foot or hand weights in your left hand. We're going to go into that overhead press. Nice and tall. Pressing up, lower down. Move at your pace and move with your range of motion. Two more. Last one. Switch it to the other side. Nice and tall, shoulders level, press it up. Collarbones open. I have space between my jaw and my shoulder. I'm not bringing my arm to my ear. Nice and tall, still using our core to stabilize our spine. 2 more. Last one. All right, we're going to add in that twist. You have a band underneath that left foot this time, and we're going to twist to the right. So hand weights just be in your hand. We're going to twist to the right, back to center. Twist, center. Grow tall as you twist, keeping that core active. Last one. Back to center. If you have a band, switch it over to the other foot. Nice and tall, and twist to the left. Two more. And release. Go ahead and set that band or hand weights to the side. We're going to roll the shoulders. Switch the direction of that shoulder roll. Bring those arms out to the side. You can reach up if that feels good. Out to the side and down. Lengthen out your left leg, sit nice and tall. Just a little bit of a hamstring stretch. We're going to hinge forward, long spine. Bring it back up. Right leg nice and tall. Hinge forward. And back up. Go ahead and widen those knees. You can press those knees out, leaning forward if you'd like, or you can come down to your elbows on your legs, stretching our inner thighs here. Bring it back to center. We're going to go ahead and just release, stretching through that back. Roll the spine up. Open up the arms, nice and big. And release the arms down. If you want to lean back, you can take a full body stretch. Lengthen out the arms, lengthen out the legs. Arms can be out to the side if that feels better for you. If that is so, have your palms up towards the ceiling. And bring it back to center. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Thanks for doing this class with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.